and those that are able to shift their energy into the future beyond the challenge. And this is the story that we have right now with Daisy. You know, we stepped into this business venture together in 2021 with a very clear goal, and that was to crowdfund the development of a breakthrough AI system that allows people and gives people access to high risk, high return rewards that allows people to build a wealth portfolio through the power of AI. This was the mission. The Daisy model was a step in that direction, but the ultimate goal, the ultimate outcome that we entered into together was to empower Endotech to develop what we're going to talk about here today. Because, guys, we have some incredible news that over the last 4 years, the Endotech team has been working literally nonstop with a team of some of the greatest minds, mathematicians, quant scientists, led by Dr. Anna in the world, who set out to say, we are going to create something that does not exist anywhere else on the planet. And they have achieved this goal. And this is so exciting because, guys, we have a plan and a strategy for 2026 that is so much bigger than anything that we ever experienced in the last 4 years together with Daisy. We have a plan in place that is so big, so exponential, it dwarfs the anything that we have done up until now. And this is the power of life. The power of life is sometimes the biggest challenges lead us to the biggest breakthroughs. And we're not ignoring those challenges. We're not giving up on the journey to overcome those challenges. We have the best legal team in the world that is working right now on the previous challenges that we faced together with the funds. But at the same time, we're not going to get stuck there. We're not going to get stuck in the state of challenges. We have focused these last years on moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. And today we are excited about the future that has been generated, has been created as a result of this community. And we've got some plans lined up for the first quarter of 2026 that are bigger than anything any of us have ever participated in before. And it's all built on the foundation that Endotech has achieved with this new AI development that Dr. Anna is going to be talking about today. Now, here's what we'll tell you right up front. Every single person on this call, as a member of Daisy, has equity ownership in Endotech. That means Endotech is our company together. It means that when Endotech wins, we all win together. And this is a major part of what we launched in Daisy. And so every single one of us have a vested interest in the long-term success of Endotech. And this is massive. And what you're going to hear about today is actually a plan. And we're not going to talk in depth on the numbers today, but it's a plan to bring the Endotech valuation to a $10 billion company valuation. And we have a plan and a mission to achieve that goal. But more importantly, to bring the breakthrough AI strategies. And I'm telling you guys, we have seen a lot. We've been in this industry a long time, and we have never, ever seen results like you're going to see today. What we're going to be doing at the end of this call is we're going to be giving every single member, every single person on this call, every single member of Daisy, exclusive private access to this trading strategy where the funds remain in your wallet. You can connect directly through API, and over the next few months, you can experience firsthand for yourself the power of this new breakthrough that Dr. Anna and her team have created. By doing so, you're laying the foundation for what is coming next. Those that participate right now in this first phase of connecting privately through API to Endotech will become the foundation and will become the biggest winners of what we're going to be launching in 2026. And so the very first mover's advantage starts today for every single person. This is for those who say, you know what? Yeah, we've been frustrated. Yeah, we've been disappointed. Yeah, we wish things had been different over these past years with the challenges we faced, but we still believe. We believe in the intention of the Daisy Project. We believe in the intention and the heart of the founders. And we believe in the mission of Dr. Anna and her team at Endotech. This is the call for those who believe, those who, despite the challenges and despite all of the emotions around those challenges, still stand with us and say, you know what, we're a part of something so special and so big that whatever the challenges have been, the result of those challenges is worth the journey. And stepping into 2026 with what we're going to talk about today is going to set every single one of us up for the biggest success that we've ever had in our lives. Compound that with all of the things that are happening and all of the plan Bs and everything else that's in place. 2026 is going to be the most powerful year that we have ever experienced together as a community. Edward, I know this is very dear to your heart because Endotech, you were the first person to secure a partnership with Endotech to bring that partnership to the Daisy community. And really, I remember when you and I talked for the first time about Dr. Anna and about Endotech and the vision that you had for the technology that they were building. This was in 2020. This was 5 years ago that journey started. But here we are today, 5 years later, and probably having the most important call that we've ever had with this community because we've achieved something that we set out to achieve. And yeah, it's taken 5 years to do. But while some folks were complaining, some folks were doubting, some folks were wondering, Dr. Anna and her team stayed laser focused on the mission. And today that mission is accomplished. So Edward, I'll throw it over to you to share some words with the community. And we'll get started with Dr. Anna. We'll throw it over to you and then to Ilya. And then let's turn the call over to Dr. Anna this morning.
Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, it did took a long, long time to get here where we are right now. I know Endotech team and Dr. Anna work very hard, and I mean, we got a huge journey. I mean, we can go back and there's so many things we went through in order to get where we are right now. But we had this on our roadmap. This is the exact reason, the only actually one reason where I actually was excited about this part right here, the equity part. Remember, the equity part was the most exciting, even though because of some challenges, we end up giving to community even more uh, ours that equity that we pass it more, and eventually, I believe everyone will respect that and will understand later. Usually, not everything we can see in life. I'm not talking about the people, me, you, Jeremy, you, Dr. Anna. We don't see everything sometimes to appreciate. And sometimes you think this and this and this could be done this way, but then when you see what it ends up, I think instead of talking, the time will prove, and the project that was developed will be the exact real proof what this is. So that said, I'll just pass it to Ilya if he wants to.
Yeah, Edward, I agree with you. First of all, Jeremy, I think people who get the most rewarded in this world are patient people, right? So people with patience. So we've seen in the last 5 years how many people quit, how many people leave, how many people complain, doubt, they jump to another projects. But I've learned through my life, if you stay focused, if you stick to something and you keep your patience and belief, you eventually get rewarded, right? So I think this is what this call is all about. And Jeremy, it's hard to believe, but it's been 5 years, almost 5 years since we launched. We actually wanted to launch end of December 2020, right? But we had few challenges back then, so we didn't launch in 2020, right? So it's been a long journey, and I'm Dr. Anna, I'm so happy, excited to see you are excited. We spoke a little bit before this call. I haven't seen you excited this much for a very long time. So I don't want to delay anymore. So I just want to throw it to you directly, and please share what you have to share.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy, Edward, and Ilya. And thank you, community. It's been amazing 5 years. It was very both exciting and scary. I'll tell you the truth. It was very scary because in research, when you start the research, you have only intuition, and of course, intuition based on some expertise and some knowledge, but still you have intuition. And during these 5 years, we had so many ups and downs. And specifically last final year, was brain melting. Like my team and myself, literally every week somebody would come to me and say, you know what, my brain melted, because it's so hard. It's so hard to work on research in our world of artificial intelligence, to work together with artificial intelligence. Just imagine that usually research would be very slow, like you would ask some right question, get some right answer, and then you could wait for this period for this answer to arrive. Here you literally get vast information of answers that you need to choose from and to go through. So the speed is amazing. And as a joke, I want to show you the video that we did in the summer. And it's feels like, just short couple of months. And then I will present you with the difference that came from this summer. I think this video nicely summarizes the idea and technologies that we achieved. And after that, we will talk about the quantum leap that we did since then, and the final results, and the kind of final excitement that I want to bring you into. So, guys, please help me to, I will do the share screen, right? Share screen.
Yeah, sure.
I want to do only the video, right?
Yeah, and make sure when you click share screen, there should be a link there that says optimize for video, right? Do you see that? A little checkbox.
For video sharing, okay. And content only, I'm choosing the screen, right? And then how do I do that? Just click on go, or do I need to do anything else?
Nope, we see your video. So now you should click play and it should work.
Okay. Okay, and I hope that also the sound will be fine, right?
It should be if you click that box. Let's see.
Okay, so enjoy. For the first time in financial technology history, this isn't an interview with a person about AI. I'm interviewing the AI directly. I'm excited to present to you Endotech AI, an artificial intelligence behind our algorithmic trading system. You were conceived as an idea 5 years ago, and now we're witnessing you processing market data and executing systematic trades for months. How does it feel to finally get some screen time?
Hello, Dr. Becker. Well, I don't get stage fright, so that's an advantage. Though I should mention, I'm much better at predicting market movements than I am at stand-up comedy.
All right, stick to market analysis. We will work on your sense of humor later. Let's dive into what you're good at: market prediction and algorithmic trading. Help our audience understand, what do you see the traditional trading algorithm miss? Why are you better?
Traditional algorithms are very good at finding patterns in historical data, price movements, trading volumes, market trends, but they operate like navigating using only a rearview mirror, analyzing what already happened. My approach centers on event radar, creating multidimensional situational awareness by mapping the context that drives market decisions. I monitor forces across time horizons, past, present, future. When these forces align or conflict, they create predictable market movements before traditional indicators even register the change.
Wait, let me stop you there. We have viewers from students to hedge funds watching. Can you explain this context that drives markets thing? Like you're talking to a beginner who's never seen a trading screen?
Think of flight radar, screens that show all the planes in the sky. Most traders are like passengers who only know their flight landed late. But we see the whole radar screen. We watch storms forming, see airports getting crowded, notice fuel prices rising. We can predict flight delays before pilots even know there's a problem.
Thank you for that analogy. So the flight radar for trading allows you to predict market movements?
Exactly. I'm tracking Federal Reserve meetings, economic data releases, social media sentiment shifts, institutional money flows, technical chart breakouts, geopolitical tensions, basically everything that makes traders say, I need to sell, or I need to buy. Most systems react to news after it happens. I see the news building up before it breaks, and more importantly, I predict how different types of traders will react to it.
You say you understand what drives trading decisions, but I believe listeners think that all professional traders try to do the same, especially institutional traders and investors.
Yes, major financial institutions don't rely on a single algorithm. Instead, they have specialized teams, technical analysts reading chart patterns, macroeconomic analysts studying global trends, strategists balancing short-term opportunities against long-term positioning, and risk managers assessing exposure. Our system replicates this structure with dedicated modules for each fundamental and technical analysis methodology.
Let's explain to our clients, what's the big deal? It looks like you just replicate the methodology.
Yes, I just replicate, but I don't drink coffee and get nervous breakdown.
Seriously, what is the difficulty? Why wasn't this done before?
There's a lot of data, lots of news, indicators, analyst opinions, literally hundreds and thousands of data points. It's hard to make sense and filter through all of it, to define what's important and what's not as a non-human. And there aren't enough historical data points to build traditional deep learning networks. Plus, data comes in many forms: articles, visual patterns, human behavior. We went through hundreds of iterations and hypotheses of how we can make it work until it started to work.
So what was the breakthrough that enabled your approach to work?
It's your breakthrough. You better tell it.
You're right. Okay. We realized that all information comes in form of events. Human notice forces when we see them, expect or surprised by them. These forces makes us reevaluate asset prices. Our breakthrough was teaching the machine context, which forces matter most in different situations. Humans are great at intuition, but terrible at explaining it to machines. Now let's move to the best part. You said that it is hard to filter information and make sense of it, as a team of human analysts do. But how do you differentiate from traditional financial analysts?
I'm very methodical, and my goal is to improve. I like to be wrong, not many humans do. Every time I see misalignment between market reality and my methodology, I do a deep dive. I analyze explanations from articles to see what information I was missing or misinterpreting. Actually, my team of agents does this work, and then we alert the human team of Endotech analysts and developers about our decision.
Can you walk us through a real example?
Bitcoin was sitting just below its 110.5K all-time high. Our composite sentiment gauge read plus 14 out of 100, mildly bullish thanks to steady ETF inflows and a Goldilocks CPI outlook. Reuters flashed the 55% blanket tariff on Chinese imports headline. The geopolitical score collapsed from -10 to -50. The breakout attempt failed. Funding turned negative, and approximately $180 million of longs were liquidated. Composite sentiment printed -8. I noted the sentiment reversal, so trading strategy decided to reverse the long position, to short.
Great. I think we've covered what this new technology is about. Now let's address what I know many of clients are thinking. How can they trust your performance when you don't have a significant track record yet?
According to traditional investment due diligence processes, you cannot trust me. I don't even have 6 months of operational track record apart from back testing.
That's why I love you. You're being 100% honest. But let me give clients my perspective and the full picture. Our prayer algorithms have been running since 2018, years serving thousands of clients through multiple market cycles. That's why you've been our research project through all this time. Let me show you the performance comparison. Bitcoin strategies from June 2024 to July 2025. While buy and hold Bitcoin gained 66%, our prayer algorithms delivered 30%, with 53% win rate, basically struggling to beat the market. By using the first version of AI, performance jumped to 70% return with 58% win rate. And as you mentioned your self-improvement, the second version of AI delivered 160% returns with 74% win rate. The difference is clear. AI doesn't just improve returns, it dramatically improves consistency. That 74% win rate means the system is making correct predictions nearly 3 out of every 4 trades. And finally, yes, it is now a multi-asset platform. Cryptocurrencies, bonds, indices, commodities. People hear AI trading system and immediately think of algorithms going wrong, making catastrophic decisions. How do you respond to that fear?
There are 2 types of going rogue: wrong decisions or malicious goals beyond market prediction. I'm expected to make wrong trading decisions. My accuracy is 65 to 75%, not perfect. Regarding malicious goals like overtrading, market manipulation, or greed. Currently, until I'm hacked, no. I'm designed solely for market prediction. Trades execute only after industry standard security checks, followed by review from the risk trade desk.
What about the black box concern that clients can't see how you're making trading decisions? How do they know what you are actually doing?
Event Radar provide transparency on methodology. Clients see which information streams I'm monitoring, how I weight different scenarios, and the logical path from analysis to trades. The proprietary elements are the mathematical models, but the reasoning is always visible.
You mentioned being hacked. I mentioned catastrophic decisions. But after 25 years in financial industry, I see this as a positive evolution. The thoughtful compliance, rigid risk measures, clear explanation, expectation management, even taking control over marketing language, this is what I've always wanted to see. Do you see this as healthy or overly romantic from my side?
It's both. Healthy because I eliminate human emotional mistakes. No panic selling at 3 a.m. over scary headlines. But romantic because we're not eliminating risk, just trading human errors for new AI-specific threats like algorithmic failures. We need to acknowledge both sides.
The educational component is really exciting. I genuinely believe AI opens entirely new ways for people to learn about finance.
Our educational philosophy is learning by doing in real time. Rather than abstract lessons, we explain what's happening in the markets as it unfolds. Each significant trade becomes a teaching moment.
How do you bridge between professional Wall Street language and layman's terms?
In the same way medical professionals do it, Dr. Becker. When you visit a doctor's office, the doctor draws you a picture and explains in simple terms what's happening and why you need certain treatment. We do the same thing through our chat chart interface, which can communicate at beginner, advanced, and professional levels of financial knowledge.
When I look at myself in our teaser, it looks strange when technology makes my lips speak Japanese or Chinese. But I'm excited that it is now an option to deliver a message beyond just English. If you had to give one piece of advice to someone considering AI-assisted trading for the first time, what would it be?
Only use risk capital, money you can afford to lose completely without affecting your financial well-being. If you're going to take significant risks in crypto markets, do it systematically with proper capital allocation rather than emotional decision-making. And remember, I may be artificial intelligence, but market volatility is very real.
This has been a groundbreaking conversation, the first of its kind, where an AI trading system explains its own decision-making process directly to the public. From now on, Endotech AI will produce content about systematic trading intelligence. For those interested in learning more about Endotech AI, you can find additional information on our website, Endotech.io, or through our social channels. Trade systematically and responsibly.
Wow. Dr. Anna, that video was so powerful. And before you continue, I just want to reiterate, guys, that the greatest achievements in life come through the greatest challenges. And where we are going next, what Dr. Anna has created, this is the breakthrough that we've been waiting. I'm thankful. I personally am thankful that it's been the journey that it's been to get to this moment. Because it's what makes it so fulfilling to know that 99% of people would have given up. You didn't give up. You continued to move forward. Challenge after challenge, even in your own development process, facing those challenges head on. And I just want to say to the community today, there is a reward for our diligence. There is a reward for your courage. There is a reward for your patience. There is a reward for not giving up. Every great nation is a great nation because of the challenges it's faced. Every great business has achieved its pinnacles of success because of its ability to face challenges and overcome them. And this is the story of Endotech. This is the story of our community. Even tragedy sometimes is the doorway to the greatest gifts that life has for us. And so today we're just excited, we're thankful, and Dr. Anna, we'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, thank you. So what I want to talk about next is that recent years became so fast in changing everything that we think about and how we work and how things work that literally 2 months or 3 months that passed from this conversation that I had with Ari, and I want to now introduce you the new name. Let me do this in Zoom. I'm doing the share screen, right? Application windows. So yeah, so you see right now the PowerPoint, right?
Yes.
The PDF, sorry. So I want to show you a few slides to explain the big thing that happened, right? So first of all, I would like to introduce the name for our intelligence that we just spoke to. Now it's our brand name for whenever you want to ask any questions about technology, about markets, about trading. You have ARI, Event Radar Intelligence, that basically our spokesperson about the AI, right? So I want to take it back a little bit to 2021 when I tried to explain to you for the first time why this project exists and what we're trying to achieve. And basically, I spoke about the fact that in order to be successful in investment, you need to have 3 elements. You need to think about profit, about risk, and about probability. And the fact that many times we don't think about probability, that what kills our understanding of what is smart investment and what is stupid investment. For example, if you are gambling in roulette or something like that, you have probability which is not in your favor. So yes, you have high profit, high risk, but you don't have sustainable returns because the probability is not in your favor. And what I wanted to say that using ARI, we succeeded to bring this perfect triangular of returns, risk, and probability to the table. I want to warn you that many times, instead of the smartness and the real market prediction and the real market analysis hides a trick. The money management tricks that saying, I don't care about how markets traded. I can hide it behind different illusions. For example, I will use leverage or martingale to hide the losses. I heard about different tricks like whatever loss happens, don't close it with a stop loss. Instead of it, just multiply and things like that. So in our industry, unfortunately, there are so many different ways to bypass showing the true picture that whenever you see the system, it's hard to see whether it's a smart system that provides you with results or it's a system that just gives you the results. So this is the first time where I can tell you that it's achieved through ERI, that we have highly stable profits. So our probability is very, very high. When we spoke about in June, July, and we mentioned 65, 75, and it was version 2 of ERI. Now we in different scale of numbers, and I'm really proud to see this improvement that happens day after day. So we're talking here about systems that rely on true AI, on true understanding of the market and true prediction of the market. So this triangle is what you need to keep in mind. We are in high risk, high return arena. We want to get over 100% annual returns. But what's important for us is not to over risk it. We want our risk to be lower than the profit. Now, there is another thing to keep in mind. We want to be better than the market, because if Ethereum provides us with 1,000% and we have only 100%, it's not that good, right? We will not be that happy. But from other side, also, if Ethereum gives us 0% during that year, 100% sounds very, very good, right? So we want all the time to outperform the market, but keep the profits high, at least above 100% annually. The risk side, we want it to be as low as possible. So we are aiming to risk that is lower than 10% of the profit. This is very ambitious goal that we set for ourselves, and we reach this goal. So whenever profit, for example, is 150%, you will see risk 12% or even lower. And finally, probability, this is the main thing for us, is starting with, we started with 50 something, and then we moved to 60, then we moved to 70, and now we're at the levels of 80. And here's what I want to share with you is ERI was very straightforward about the fact that back then we didn't have 6 months of consistent and live track record. Now we are 9 months into live track record with a system that is run exclusively by the system, and the returns are following. We're talking about starting from March. You can see that Ethereum gave us 42% of profits. The drawdown was 47%. Against this, the ERI did 97% return and only 12% loss. Okay, so again, keep in mind that when we started, it was ERI version 0, ERI version 1, ERI version 2. So the improvement came with time. So this little 12 instead of 10, and also it's starting with March. I don't want to kind of apologize for the numbers, because annually we will be above 120. So the loss is less than 10% of the annual. So this is the result. And when I'm saying this is the result, it doesn't mean it's just Ethereum. We run the system across multiple assets. We went to bonds, we went to stocks, we went to foreign exchange, to commodities. I will show you right now the spectrum that we have. And we built ERI works across full ecosystem of investments. So live results that I'm showing you here, it means that it was running with live money, and even one trade was not postponed or taken off. What I want to show you here as a second element is what happened on other assets. So for example, Bitcoin was more in our lab than in our actual live trading money, right? So we run it in the lab. Eventual third version of Bitcoin, and if you look at the, I want to explain to you what you see. So let's go back 1 second for the Ethereum. The black line is the performance, is your 97% how it is spent across time, right? The line that you see here is actually trades that we took. Whenever you see blue line, it means that we took buy signal and we sold at the end. So you want blue line to go up. So you can see that many of the blue lines, like here and here and here, and even smaller lines are going up. You will see small losses here, right? You will see small losses here. You will see good red lines that should go down because we're selling first and then buying low. Sell high, buy low, sell high, right? So you will see that majority of the trades were profitable, overall 97%, and very small drawdown of 12% during probably this period. So when we're talking about Bitcoin, you can see similar picture. We're talking about many successful trades, and I will show you exactly how many. And we're talking here about 185% annual profit against 12% maximal loss with 83% profitable trade. So now we're talking about system that improved itself further. And now I want you to also pay attention to another very important element that Airy is responsible to bring stability for. Whenever we talk about profitable trades against losing trade, you really want each trade to be good, meaning that you don't want 10 good trades and one horrible trade, because with this one horrible trade can clean up all of your returns. So you want to be very careful about risk of each single trade. So on this metric, we have that every successful trade is at least 1.5 bigger than the losing trade. And these numbers is kind of the dream that we had for our system, because we have a trade, we have algorithms right now that not only deliver huge annual returns, not only have very small drawdowns, but each trade is have high probability of success, and also each trade is better than the losing trade. So now I want to bring a little bit of disclaimers, because when I see this, or when you might see this, you might say, listen, it's like I don't have risk. No, we do have risk. And risk comes not only in the form of correct decisions. Risk comes in many forms in algorithmic trading. First of all, we're talking about highly volatile assets, meaning that if something happens and market moves in just one period, let's say over the next few minutes down, and none of our stop losses are accepted, yes, give me 1 sec, apologize, and none of the stop losses are accepted, we are in big issue, because there's nothing we can do as a system. We are part of ecosystem that's responsible only for our risks. If something happens on the broker side, on the exchange side, on execution side, our risk exposure is still risky. We don't have control over everything. We have control only on the systematic risk of whether to take the trade and succeed with it, or to make it a losing trade. So I want to compare this one to another option of buy and hold. So if we talk speaking about Bitcoin that started this year above the point that we are in, if you were a holder, right, then you would buy here and keep it here, and you would be in a loss during this year instead of being in a very, very nice profit. So this is exactly the difference between this approach, AI approach, and just holding the asset. Now, so what's next? We developed event radar system that now part of our offering. So before, when we were showing you the offering, it was always about strategies. And now I want to show you how looks Event Radar. We will be launching it in January 2026. Our previous version of Endotech strategies were enabling you to choose a strategy, to run and stop strategies on your account, on fund account, to see performance, to decide on capital allocations, to have some different settings, right? Event Radar brings the new platform to the market that basically it's AI-based platform. The elements that are available there, and I will just dive into it at the moment, are literally helping you to understand why we trade, how it's traded, and help you feel confident and comfortable with everything that happens on your account, first of all. And second, I really advise specifically new generation to start educating yourself on the market. You want to understand more about trading, about finances, about even geopolitics, in order to see whether the decisions that the system make are correct, not correct, whether, because we are the first system of AI system, I hope that you will stay with us for tens of years, but I do advise you to be educated and to see for yourself what suits you more and how things are unfolding. And again, just to finalize, we reached the goal that we wanted to reach. We created the technology that helps to reach the perfect triangular of smart investment, the breakthrough financial opportunity that we were talking about. And as a final slide, I want to show you our event radar screen. Okay, so here you can see, for example, the same Ethereum Alpha that bringing you results. Right now, we are at 80% winning trades. We are at 152% annual returns against the worst loss of 12%. Kind of amazing results that we're going for. And here you can see every single trade that we did, why we did it, how much it made. By simply clicking the button, you can see the profits that this trade makes, why it made this trade. You can also see all the events that are happening. You can see events, sentiments, all the information that helps you to figure out what's going on. I will not spend any more time on this. I want to just to tell you that here you have crypto, forex, bonds, indices, gold and other commodities that we already have systems for. It's just a matter of time of all of this offering becoming accessible for you. And I think it's a big power of this technology that it's not only focused on crypto, it's not only on getting these results, but it also gives you this technology the full view of geopolitics, of economics, of fundamentals, and every element that is responsible for the market. Once you see these results, you can also see them on our website. So Endotech Ethereum Alpha, this is actually our live results. You can see that over the last year, it made 110%. And this is exactly the same curve that you will see there. So this is the live results of the client that were experiencing this strategy. So basically, I guess that's it.
Awesome, Dr. Anna. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the opportunity that exists today for our members, again, is the opportunity to connect directly through API to this trading system. Right now, Endotech is set up on Binance US, Binance International, Coinbase Pro, Bitfinex, Kraken, and OKX. And so you can set up an account on any of those exchanges and you can connect directly through API to this new trading strategy, to this new AI system. Why is that a big deal? Well, number one, obviously you get the benefit. You get to see the benefit of that in real time, experience it, and realize those profits yourselves. But number two, you get to be a forerunner for what is coming next. What we are going to be rolling out in 2026 is going to be the biggest thing that the financial industry has ever seen, that the entrepreneurial world has ever seen. And those that participate in the API program today are going to be the success stories of tomorrow. You're going to be able to go into the official launch in 2026 with a track record. You're going to be able to show in your personal private account the results that have been gotten by this AI as we go into the next platform launch together. This is absolutely huge for every one of our members. And we invite you, we encourage you to get locked in. There's a minimum balance of 1,000 USDT. Right now, the API is going to be in the crypto world only. But when we launch the platform in 2026, it will be in many different asset categories that Dr. Anna mentioned. And it's going to be very powerful. But right now, you can connect through crypto exchanges to these strategies. Now, Dr. Anna, you've told us this. I know the answer, but these numbers that you've shown are also trading without leverage, which, by the way, we love. Edward is really excited about that because these are results that are coming without leverage, and which makes it even more safe, right? It's never risky.
Yeah, I would like to a little bit elaborate on this. When we're talking about our results, is always we're pushing our technology to be smart enough, to be knowledgeable enough, not to use any money management tricks on the systems. And when I'm saying that we achieved 153%, 180 something percent, it means that without leverage. But definitely, since our risks are so low, like 12%, you can use leverage, again, not in crazy fashion, but leverage of 2 and 3. And we have these strategies. Ethereum alpha leverage, Bitcoin alpha leverage, that taking leverage to a little bit higher. Sometimes we will even get to 5, so meaning that you might risk up to 50% of your capital, right? But it increases your returns as well. So we have 3 types of strategies. As you saw, Ethereum is a strategy that was tested by time, 9 months of uninterrupted returns. And you see that if you have access to, like if you're in the country that allows through regulation to use leverage and alpha strategies, meaning shorting, right? Then go there, use Ethereum alpha or Ethereum alpha leverage. If you are a US citizen or in countries that not allowing the futures, use Ethereum beta or Bitcoin beta. It does the same, just doesn't take the short trade. It's still excellent strategy. It still beats the market, but it does not do it as effectively as alpha, but that's the regulation. So again, Bitcoin right now as a strategy, we made the forward testing. So the strategy is running through all these periods, just not on the live money. So now we're starting to run it next week on the live money. So whoever wants to take a risk, it's better right now than Ethereum, but I still think Ethereum deserves its first clients because it's already past the time, the kind of risk of time and the track record of time. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And from my understanding now, Coinbase Pro does allow both longs and shorts, I believe, on Coinbase Pro. So that's great. So for a lot of the folks that are in countries that there's limitations on how much leverage you can use, but you can now use Coinbase Pro even in those countries. And so there's a lot of opportunity there. But this is a first movers opportunity. We want to invite everyone to join the official Endotech Telegram channel. You can do that by simply going to the Endotech website, endotech.io, and you'll see there the link to the Telegram channel, the official Endotech Telegram channel. And that's where you can stay plugged in with all the news and updates from Endotech. We'll be posting in the official Daisy channel the steps, the link to go to connect your API, as well as the customer service email address for Endotech. So if there's any questions that arise, you can communicate directly with Endotech. But this is massive, and this is going to allow you to keep the funds on your account, connect directly through API to the trading, and be able to see for yourself over the next few months the types of performance and results that Endotech's AI is getting. There is a 5% entry fee. And so let's say, for example, a person wanted to invest $1,000, or let's say a person wanted to invest, let's just say $1,000, there would be a 5% entry fee, so a $50 entry fee to be able to participate in that. And then right now a 20% performance fee. So that's a lower performance fee than we're used to, a 20% performance fee. And for every member of our community that joins right now, you're going to get 12 months of the AIRI service, where you'll be able to see and interact with the AI and actually start to understand. And for some of you, that may be very interesting, right? For those of you that have knowledge in trading, or you want to learn more about why decisions are being made by the AI, you'll have access to AIRI for the next 12 months, and you'll be able to interact and engage and use that tool as well. So great opportunity there. But the biggest thing of all, guys, is that we've achieved a goal that we set out to achieve in 2021, really in 2020, when we first started talking with Dr. Anna about this project. And now 5 years later, it's come to fruition. I think Ilya probably said the most important thing on the call today, besides everything that Dr. Anna said, and that is that patience is where the greatest rewards in life exist. And I think I can speak for Ilya when I say we've seen that in Edward's life. I've learned that from Edward. I'm learning that from Edward, that patience is a discipline. Patience is a muscle that you build in your life. It's a strength that you can develop in your life. And patience is not oftentimes, it is always the key to life's greatest rewards. And the last 5 years, we've had to learn and discipline patience. We've gotten to this moment now, which is a big moment. And I hope that we can transfer how big this moment is. And we don't want to disclose what's coming in 2026 because we want to show up when it's completed and ready to roll out. But what we are rolling out in 2026 is the biggest thing that any of us have ever seen or been a part of in this industry. And we are going to be rolling that out in the first to second quarter of 2026. But those that participate now through API, you get the advantage, the first mover's advantage of actually seeing, witnessing, and experiencing for yourself the powerful results of this AI. So Edward, I'll throw it over to you, man, to close out the call today.
All right. Well, okay. Then question is, why do we want to connect our accounts? And I would say not invest, because for not investing, we already have accounts. Connect our portfolio into trading. And the answer would be because this is our own. This is what we started 4 years ago, 5 years ago. We started this to develop specifically for us first, and then for a bigger institutional investors like hedge funds, where we can actually make dividends. So that said, I think one thing we did not mention, Dr. Anna, about Event Radar, that for people who will connect now, well, they get this. Do you want to announce? They will get event.
Yeah, Jeremy just announced it that everybody who connects before January 1st gets 12 months Event Trader for free. Yeah.
Okay, I missed
Yeah.
it.
Jeremy just
Probably
mentioned it as
I
an
was
area.
probably
Yes.
thinking of something. So, and I wanted to say something about when you connect it in a trading, and especially if you don't understand trading, sometimes it can be very, very hard to sit in a trade and watching the market and having no clue what's going on. Event Radar will make it actually fun, will make it for you understanding what is going on. It will, almost like will carry you through this moment, and it'll be very, you will learn so much. It will become your one of your favorite things to do.
Just wanted to say Ari is very friendly. He has a better sense of humor. Like every month we improve it. So he speaks every language. So you can feel comfortable with him. You can ask him any question. You can ask him help you with understanding what's going with trading, how why you're uncomfortable with something. And again, it's our great channel to help you and to help ourselves because we will be gathering from Ari this information once you allow it. So again, I think AIR is a great achievement because it gives us also kind of the portal to you guys to help you and to help ourselves to have this communication. And whenever things go better or for worse, we are there to communicate through this channel. So again, let's hope that the stability that we showed you is not only for past performance, because always, our world is changing so fast and we don't know what's waiting us behind the corner. But again, right now, it's amazing results. We want to jump in. We want to offer this service to you guys. We're ready.
Awesome. Quick side note, too, and Edward, I'll throw it back to you. I didn't mean to cut you off. We were notified this week that there are some fake groups out there. So we want to make sure that everyone is there's an official Daisy channel that you're all a part of, and there's an official Endotech channel that you can join directly from endotech.io. Any other group out there claiming to be us, and many of them have created fake profiles of Edward, Ilya, and I, and other leaders in the community asking for money, saying that you can get your withdrawals if you pay $500 and things like this. We want to just make sure that you know that none of that is real. We're going to put a post in the Daisy channel as well to let people know to avoid those types of scams. But we promised some leaders that we would mention that on the call today. So Edward, I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, it's all good. Basically, Anna talked about consistency, right? In the early of her, and Ari has a really good consistency. We can learn from that, right? And during this process, just kind of to go through during this last 4 years, during the waiting period, there's been a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, I'm not talking about few people. I'm probably every single person in this journey with us, including Dr. Anna, being somehow have some doubts through the process, have been heard from others somehow, from down line, from upline, and this will all pass. Once you will see moving into 2026, and what Jeremy said, we do not want to talk about some things, what is coming, some interesting, some really good things coming. But I will just give a hint. You will see how actually we all, as a part of the Daisy community, because we're part of the equity of Endotech, how we will benefit actually in a big way from Event Radar, from Ari. There's a plan. There's a really, really strong, solid plan. Dr. Anna and her team developed something amazing. So that said, I think we're past our time.
Thanks everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Dr. Anna. Amazing, amazing achievement and information. And thank you guys for joining us. We love you all, and we'll be in touch soon. Stay tuned for the Daisy channel. We'll post the step-by-step instructions there on how to get your API set up, and make sure you go to endotech.io and join the official Endotech Telegram channel as well. And there'll be some more news coming through that channel also. So thanks, everybody. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.